How's it going, everyone? Craig here from Soundiron, and in today's walkthrough we're going to be checking out our newly updated snack library. This library contains sounds from our founder Mike Peasley's cat named Snack. For this update we've added a bunch of new animal sounds, and we've also made it available for the Kontakt 7 player and is compatible with all NKS standard hardware. This library is absolutely free, so if you want to get it, just click the link in the description and you can get it right meow. So if you've seen our recent update for Desk Bell, which is another freebie by the way, so if you want to get that, you can get it on the Soundiron website. This library will look very similar layout-wise, so you have your 4 different layers. You also have all these cool sound shaping controls down here, and for each layer you can mix and match the different sounds. So if you click this top drop down, you see you got cats, we've added dogs, birds, some other animals which we'll get into, some animal drums, ambiances, subsynth, and some wavetables, so a lot of really cool stuff to check out. So since the original aspect of this library is Snack the cat, let's go ahead and check out some of the cat sounds. So right now we have some cat sound effects, so let's have a listen to some of these. And then if you click this drop down below it, you see that you not only have some sound effects, you have some cat drums, eating, hissing, meowing, and purrs. So let's check out the cat drums. And then we have some cat eating. So for any of you that are pet owners and you've heard your animals eat plenty of times, this should sound very similar to you. But now you can make music with it. And then if you want to take these and you want to pitch them down or pitch them up on the keyboard and just have it all laid out like that, you can do that. Let's just pick one of these sounds randomly, and then we can play it, you know, really low on the keyboard. So who hasn't wanted to hear cats eating pitched down a few octaves? I mean, I know I haven't, but you have the ability to now. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Now let's check out some of the other sounds. We have some cat hissing. And then we have some cat meows. And then some purring. So this kind of stuff is really cool, especially if you're doing any Foley work and you want to use some of these sounds in your sound production. You can do that, or you can really take some of these sounds by being able to pitch them across the keys. Use these more Foley type sounds in a more musical way, or just in more sound design context. So if you really want to take it and really get creative with it, you can. So now let's go ahead and start checking out some of the dog sounds. So for any of you that are dog owners, playing around with this might set your dogs off, so be aware of that. So maybe if you're doing a remix of Who Let the Dogs Out, you can get down with that. Or you can take one of these sounds, spread it around, and then you can... You can do stuff like that. And then we also have some dogs eating, which is a sound I heard earlier today while feeding my dogs. What else we got? And then we got some dog growls. And then some dogs panting. And then we also have some bird sounds, and if you click this drop down right here, you'll see the different birds that we have. So we got some blue jays, some parrots, some pigeons, a raven. Let's check out the raven. This one's pretty cool. Now, some cool stuff that you can do with these, like I mentioned earlier, how you can take these and spread them across the key range by clicking this button right here, selecting a note. So if you want to start getting into a little bit more experimental territory and taking some of these sounds and maybe getting into a little bit more of that cinematic soundtrack kind of thing, one thing I like to do, take these and then head over to the effects rack. So I have a couple effects loaded up already. I was playing around with this earlier and I thought it sounded really cool, so I wanted to show it to you. So I have this algorithmic reverb loaded up. And then I also have this delay loaded up. So let's turn these both on. Well, actually, before I turn on the delay, let's just hear how this sounds now with the reverb. So you can hear it really opens up the sound. So we can crank the size a little bit more. We can really crank the mix if we want. So now let's add that delay. So you can hear now it's spreading across the stereo field by having this ping pong set up, which I'm a big fan of. So if you're wanting to create some moody types of environments using some of these animal sounds, you can do that really easily using the effects rack. And there's a bunch of other effects that you can choose from by just clicking these drop downs, and then you can load them up into the slots and just go as crazy as you want with them. All right, so I'm going to turn those off and head back over here to the main tab. Now let's listen to some seagulls. Then we got some other birds. Who doesn't love a good turkey sound? And then we have some other animals. So here you'll see the different animals by clicking the second drop down. So we have lion, tiger, and a cricket. So no bears in this one because that would be a little too dangerous, but we do have some crickets. So let's check out the lion first. And then we have a tiger. And then we have some crickets. So this might be another cool one if you wanted to spread it around and add some of those effects that we had. Let's see how this sounds. So it's pretty cool. Like if you were to show me that and say that was a cricket, I probably wouldn't believe you. It sounds like some kind of weird distant forest creature or something, but stuff like this, when you start adding effects to it, really takes it to another world. And that's the stuff that I really like about the way that the user interface is laid out. It really makes it to where you can take these sounds and get creative. Or if you want to start utilizing the pitch wheel. Really cool. So we also have some animal drums in here as well, so let's go ahead and check out some of these. And it's cool because you can really craft a whole track using all the different sounds in this library. So let's check out some of these animal drums. So that almost sounds like a meaty kick drum. So if you want to take these and pitch them down, you can do that. Let's just pitch it down a little bit. And then going back to some of those effects that we had, let's turn those on and see how this sounds. And then you can also head over to the Advanced tab, and here you can even do some more sound design with these sounds. So we have an LFO, a filter, and an ARP. So let's turn on the ARP and see how this sounds. Let's slow this down a bit. And then we can add some LFO. Let's turn that on. Let's set this to pan. You can sync this. You can increase the intensity. We also have some filtering. So you can set this to mod wheel frequency, resonance, velocity frequency is also an option for key position frequency, graph. So if you want to use the graph, you can use that. Or if you want to control that manually using the mod wheel, you can do that. So I'm going to turn off the ARP and just control this myself. So that's pretty cool. All right, so we also have a bunch of really cool handcrafted sound design pads and ambiances created from the sounds of this library. So if you've ever wanted to have a cat choir in your hands, maybe you're doing some kind of scoring work that would require some cat choir sounds, this is a really cool one. It has a little bit of a dark sound to it, but it's pretty unique. So let's just check out some of these sounds. And then just for fun, let's turn on some of these effects over here. Really cool. So let's have a listen to some of the other ambiences that we have in the library. This last one that I'm going to play for you is called Snack Forever, so let's check this out. So before we start checking out some of the custom effects presets, I want to show you a little bit of the wavetable area. If you want to learn more about the way the wavetables work, I'll have a link up here that you can click, and it really explains the way the whole wavetable thing works, because it's pretty in-depth and there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. So I have wavetables loaded. If you want to find these, they'll be in the top drop down all the way at the bottom. You click that and then you'll see that there's some different wavetables available. So we have this one loaded up. So if you want to start controlling the wavetable, you just go into the Advanced tab and you'll see the Art options, click that, and you'll see the different wavetable options here. So you see you have these different controls here that really take the sound and change it around. So you have these different modes, you also have some different quality options. So let's just go through some of these. So you can really get creative with the wavetables, especially when you start combining with the subsynth. So a lot of really cool options that you can take and adding a little bit more of a synth element to these other sounds within Snack. All right, so now I'm going to show you some of the custom effects presets that come with the library. There's 20 to choose from, and these all utilize different aspects of the library, from maybe wavetables to some different arpeggiation settings, some LFO filtering effects, and different sound shaping controls. So let's go ahead and listen to some of these. This one is called Black Omen Mod Wheel. This one's called Dogs or Cats Mod Wheel, so let's have a listen to this. Alright, so that's about it for this walkthrough. If you want to get a copy of Snack today for free for the Kontakt 7 player, make sure to click the link in the description. If you make any fun demos, make sure to tag us on socials, and we look forward to seeing what you guys come up with it. So thanks again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until next time, see ya.